Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Train Sim World 6. Today we are back on the Cardiff City Network route in the brand new 2019 Pacer timetable by Just Trains, where we have got a brand new livery for the Class 153. This is the Ex-Arriva number 1 livery. There is also a different livery which looks a tad different from this. There is, however, a bit of a bug. Number of the front unit is 153320. If we go to the back, the number of the rear unit is also 153320, and I'm not exactly sure why that's occurring. Hopefully they can fix that. It's not too big a bug at the end of the day, since we aren't looking too much at the rear unit. Also, you can see that we still have the Transport for Wales stock interior instead of the instead of like an Arriva one. So these people are frozen, and yet the people in the train are moving around. That's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing with photo mode. Anyway, yeah, I gotta remember how to set this thing up. Master key, reverser, doors, train brakes to notch 1, day headlights. There we go. The 153 is a decent unit, so... Is there a TPWS? There is. Yeah, this service is also guardable, and we have all the timetable layers enabled, because I just bought the Riviera line and the cross-country class 220. So the GWR class 802, the GWR class 150, and the cross-country class 220 all layer into the timetable. So yeah. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I do have 2 mods running. One is Winzarton's live weather mod. So yeah, real weather, real time of year, and then I also have London Midland signal visibility mod, because yeah, like, I regard it as essential that I can see my signals pretty clearly. Other than that, this is completely modless as far as I'm aware. Train lights on. Let's just make, yeah, the 153 is a pretty decent unit in this game. Oh, hello, NPC doing NPC things. Wow. Great job, developers. Yeah. I give Dovetail Games a lot of flack for, like, the issues in this game, but I still play. I don't know what I would play if this game didn't exist, to be fair. My goodness, that's a lot of exhaust smoke. Put the window up. I also forgot to mention that the service we're doing today is 2 Papa 33 Bargoed, I think that's how you pronounce that, to Penarth, stopping at Heath High Level, Cardiff Queen Street, Cardiff Central, Grange Town, Dingle Road, nice, and Penarth Dingle Road. Why is that station named that way? Yeah, we also have like dynamic suspension and guard mode in this unit. So far, I think this new timetable and liveries and new Transport for Wales Pacer, this add-on does have a couple of bugs. Like, for example, if you are in a Transport for Wales Pacer, you'll see mostly other Transport for Wales Pacers and hardly any others as, like, even the services that can use the 142, the 150, and the 153, you'll just see the 142. And if you're in the 153, you'll have the same issue, except it'll be mostly the 153 showing up, and then in the 150, you'll have mostly the 150 showing up, and then there's also that numbering issue with the Class 153, and a couple of other bugs here and there. But other than that, this is a pretty I've been having a lot of fun with this add-on. It has been hopefully, Just Trains are very good at patching stuff, so... Yeah, so hopefully... it shouldn't be too long before those bugs are rectified. Yeah. Sadly, the Class 153s were all retired this year. Transport for Wales canned the whole lot of them. Oh, there's a pacer. Nice. Get on notch 2. We do need to get down to 25 miles an hour. All the safety systems are also on today, which is cool. Actually, I need to go full service. I won't be able to slow down in time. Let's get it down to notch 2. Yeah, there's the 25 limit. There we go. The 153 is a bit cramped, more cramped than the other units, but she's a good unit. It's a good unit. And there's also a mod that actually gives you the Network Rail one from the train. You can get it off the Trainsim community website, and it includes the exterior modifications to make it a Network Rail inspection train. It doesn't have any timetable services on any route, but that's pretty cool nonetheless. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if Dovetail made a Network Rail inspection train version of this and then charged a few dollars for it, because it's time to get red signals to DRA on. Oh, I forgot the class. Hang on. Can I put the chair up while I'm in this weird, like, glitched state? Yeah, the Class 153 has had that issue for a bit, where you can't get out of the driver's cab. Yeah. Hang on. There we go. Yeah. We're actually here for the next 3 minutes. What? Let me out of here. There we go. So annoying. I hate this issue. Oh well. We could explore by drone camera, I suppose. So yeah, here's the platform from where the Cardiff Queen Street shuttle goes. In the Pacer. Yeah. Well, it's usually a Pacer, I think. Might be a 150, I don't know. Let's see if I could... Actually, I want to go a bit up ahead. I know I don't normally do this, but I want to see if there is any Riviera line stock at Cardiff Central. So there's a Pacer going into Cardiff Central in the Ex-Arriva livery. So let's have a look. Ooh! Cross-country Class 170 from Birmingham Cross City. We've got a double Class 153 in the Ex-Arriva livery. We've also got a Pacer, but no sign of any Class 802s, GWR 150s, or cross-country 220s for that matter. There goes the Pacer. Oh, that's annoying. The one time I want them to show up, they don't. Ugh, that's annoying. Let's see. Heating. Yeah, I probably want heater on. And it actually has a noise for it, but I'll probably keep it off. There's no automatic guard buzzer, which is annoying. But unlike in the Pacer. Yeah, apart from the new livery, I don't think any changes have been made to the default Transport for Wales 153. Like, look at the interior. It's still very obviously the Transport for Wales interior, which I don't mind as long as the livery is different. I couldn't care less. Yeah, let's do a bit of an inspection on the livery. It's decent. I do think it's a decent livery. It's a pity it's unbranded, but it is what it is. I think they were unbranded in real life once Arriva Trains Wales went belly up. So... Oh, cab light is on. No, I don't want that. Red source neutral. Is there any way I can fold the chair up while I'm sitting in it? Yeah, okay, so if I get out of it now, it still glitches. That's annoying. Put the window up. Let's get ready. Let's lock the doors. Having to manually do my own buzzing. Next up, Cardiff Central. Let's give it notch 5. Let's get out of here. This is this run should take us under half an hour. And it's also, I believe this is also another service you can do with the Pacer and also with the 150. I haven't seen any other 153s today, which is interesting. Yeah, this is live weather, of course, so yeah, I'm glad I didn't get something which was like pouring it down with rain. No. Just stay at 15 because, yeah, I don't want to risk it. Oh, I should have zoomed the map out. That's my bad. So there's the service to Nottingham. Is that 166? That is a 166, I think, because layered in for GW Great Western Express. I almost said GWE. I shouldn't call it that. I should call it by its proper name instead of abbreviating it. Class 153. It's a bit of an oddity, but I do like it. And we get to drive it in Train Sim World, even when they're not really running around anymore. The only operators of this thing that are left is... The only operator still running this thing is Network Rail, sadly. How do we... We only have 20 seconds to get to Cardiff Central. That's not going to be possible. What? Oh, thanks TPWS. Really? Oh, and I should have turned the GSMR on. No. Cancel. Why did the TPWS just go off? Isolate. Alright. Annoying. Right, there we go. Notch 3, unisolate the TPWS. Hopefully that's fixed it. Because it shouldn't have gone off while we were approaching a yellow signal like that. So how long do... Okay, we're at Cardiff Central for 3 minutes, so even if we arrive a minute late, we should be good, I hope. Alright, onto the brakes, mate. Come on. Yeah, there's the Great Western Main Line heading off towards Bristol and Paddington. Yeah. This route is set... I think it's set the year the electrification was extended to Cardiff Central. I don't believe they've extended the electrification further than that. But yeah, the line is electrified all the way from here to Paddington now, which is pretty cool. Shush, I'm good. DRA, train brake on, and we're still glitched. Arg! That's annoying. Let's have a look around. Yep, I was right. It is a 166, and it from Great Western Express, the oldest British multiple unit in the entire game. Though hopefully that'll soon be fixed with the upcoming Great Western Express remaster. I believe there was something in the... Oh, there goes the... Doors open while moving. Hello? And I swear I've seen 17638p here before anyway. Yeah, there goes the cross-country 170 off to Nottingham. I believe the cross-country 220 only comes here twice a day? No, once a day. Twice a day? Something like that. Something pretty rare. I forgot to put the reverser in neutral, but there we go. Wait for the thing to clear us, the signal. No 802s or 220s. That is very annoying. Next up, Grangetown. In 3.5 minutes. $15 limit in and out of Cardiff Central, sadly. There's the Ex-Arriva pacer without the branding on the side. Let's see if there are any. Maybe? Hard to tell. There's some stuff over there north of Canton Depot, but other than that, I don't think so. I actually want to go over there and have a look. Quick drone camera. It's a rat's nest of tracks out of Cardiff, really. There's Canton Depot. Oh, is it GWR? No. Oh, it is GWR. It's a GWR pair of GWR 150s. Nice. And there's also a Class 802. Nice. That's perfect. Exactly what I wanted to see. There's a pacer. So yeah, after this, Grangetown, Dingle Road, Penarth. Not too many stops left. There's the branded pacer. Hang on, let's see if I could get a good shot here. 153 and pacer, like, come on. Yeah, it's a bit too late. No, come on. I'll take this if nothing else pans out. I'll use this as the thumbnail, but yeah, it's not a particularly good thumbnail. I left it far too late. Nice to see that. Nice to see the Riviera line stock in here. Yeah, there's only one or two cross-country 220s that come here a day in this timetable. It's all cross-country 170s. I can't believe it was moving with the doors open. That's a pretty big issue. Hopefully that gets rectified pretty soon, because that is a pretty dang big issue. Hang on, let's see if there's any good stock in Canton Depot. Some multiple units in there. A couple of 37s, a bunch of pacers, stuff like that. A lot more, yeah, stock sitting there than I would have thought, but there you go. Because, yeah, they often limit the amount of stock in sidings to try to keep console memory limitation, to try to adhere to console memory limitations. Yeah. Took me a while to think about getting the Riviera, but yeah, I've been sitting on it for 2 months and really thinking about it, and yeah, finally getting it. I think I am going to enjoy the heck out of Riviera. I often have my complaints about Dovetail games, but there is some stuff they absolutely do right, and there's that generally route building is stuff they do absolutely well. There are a couple of Dovetail routes which are not up to scratch at all. LGV Mediterranee, for instance, but we don't really talk about those. Their recent Dovetail, to their credit, have been getting better and better at building routes. Like, some of the TSW5 era routes are just amazing. Like, Spoorlines Vola to Groningen, Cardiff City Network. Ooh, 15.3 miles in a Class 153. Nice. Alright, slightly late into Grangetown, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, it's a pretty tight timetable, if I'm being honest. Full stop. Alright. Got a green signal ahead, and we're going to depart late. Dearie me. Okay, a lot of passengers coming off, but hey ho. That was a quick stop at Grangetown. Onto Dingle Road. That Dingle Road, that name always sets me off. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's pretty funny if you have a interesting sense of humor. Right. Alright, we're clear up to 50 miles an hour. The 153 is pretty underpowered at high speed, so yeah. All we have left are Dingle Road and Penarth. Haven't seen any other 153s today, which is interesting. Yeah. As I said, I really hope that Just Trains get these issues sorted out. They, to their credit, knowing Just Trains, they probably already have patches in the works, or have already finished patches and have sent them off to Dovetail Games. But because Dovetail Games likes building stuff up to release in like big patches, I believe that they won't do that because it just Dovetail likes holding stuff back for patches. Oh, hello. Let's see. Ooh. Hang on. I do want to advance game time just a tad. Ooh, that was almost a bit too much, but I think we're good here. Come on. Lower the camera angle. Oh, yeah. Oh, and he's doing the return service as well that we're doing. He's doing the Penarth to Bargoed service. That's hilarious. Let's give it notch 2. 1.3 miles to Dingle Road. What I also love about this new 2019 timetable is it's a completely different service pattern from the base routes timetable, and it's really good. And yeah, like for example, thinking about changes to service variation. Services from Corton now go to Radir instead of Court instead of Penarth. Yeah, and there's a bunch of other stuff too. And we finally have IETs and other GWR 150s showing up as traffic and cross-country class 170 showing up at Cardiff Central as AI, even if it's glitched AI, to be fair. But yeah, I really do like it. It's just a pity that those layers weren't available for the base timetable. I had to take Just Trains to make an add-on to... Oh my goodness, 2% upward gradient. This is pretty steep by British standards. 2.6! Come on, buddy. Up the hill. You magnificent piece of machinery. No, yeah, there isn't any announcements in this thing, sadly. Shame. But to be fair to Dovetail, this route was released before announcements were a core feature in the game. Come on, up the hill. I'm having to use notch 7 just to maintain speed. That's ridiculous. Yeah, no more. We now have no more signals till Penarth. DSD going off there. Oh boy. This might be an overshoot if I'm not too careful. Never mind, we crammed on the brakes at the last second, and we did it. So, yeah, I'll keep the brakes on. We're actually here for 2 minutes. Wow. We actually got here pretty early. Yeah, Dingle Road. Wonder what this was. Hang on. Oh, it's a pedestrian bridge. Interesting. Looks really interesting. Yeah. Really interesting piece of kit, that. Hopefully Just Trains are sorting out all the bugs with this, because, yeah. Other than the bugs, this is pretty much, for me, like a perfect British add-on. Yeah, I really do like this. Really am liking this. So yeah, all we have left is the very short section down to Penarth. Yeah, I think my only real complaint about Cardiff City Network in general is it's just pretty short. The cutting the coverage off at Radir instead of going up to Merthyr Tydfil is, yeah, really doesn't, yeah. But at least you can do some pretty nice full services, and it doesn't take too long, which is, like, I think that's the main advantage of this route. You can do something that's pretty short and relatively realistic without too much expenditure, expenditures on your time. Is there a hill start in this thing? No, I'll just hold the brakes. Why not? Right, since we're on a 2% grade, notch 3, I'll give it notch 5. Why not? Nope, that's the wrong button. That's the button. Right, next stop and final stop, 600 yards, Penarth. My goodness. Transport for Wales really needs to electrify this line, because, oh my, I'm having trouble accelerating on this hill. Whew. And I imagine if the 153 is having trouble, then the Pacer would have even more issues, I imagine, trying to get up this hill. Alright. Alright, buddy. We're good. We're good. Right. 300 yards. Once you get to 30 miles an hour, cut the throttle. There we go. Since we are pretty close. Oh, wrong button. Notch 2 onto the brakes. Oh my goodness, we're coming in hot. Did not mean to come in that fast. At least it's not a pair of buffers like right there. There is a bit of room where I can... Right, where's the headlight switch? Tail lights. There we go. Oh goodness. NPC's glitching the camera there. Welcome to Penarth. And there we go. Only lost 32.5 points to speeding. There, platinum medal. So yeah, there we go, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another one of these videos. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.